guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So today, we'll do an update to the yellow coin LR sort of like tier list thing I've been doing. We've had several new additions essentially, right? LR Goku Black and Zamasu got their EZA. We got the EZA as well for LR Trunks and Mai. And then, of course, there is also LR Fusion Zamasu, new, characters sort of added here. So we can go ahead and take a look at a bunch of these top 10 LRs. We're now at the point, this top 10 LRs, like these units are very good. Like, we can get into Unit 10. Unit 10 is, like, super strong. Like, I'm impressed. Yellow coin LRs, when they were first a thing, they were the best units in the game, right? So, like, STR Broly, AGL Majin Vegeta in LR Gohan, and then, Goku Black and Zamasu. They were the best units in the game, definitely. I feel like things started to change a bit once category leaders started to become a thing, right? Like, once Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Omega came around. Eventually, Yellow Coin LRs, I think, just started to really be not that crazy, compared to the premium Dokkan Fest, right? But recently, to me, it feels like since Genemba has released, they have massively upgraded the quality of Yellow Coin LRs, right? Because they dropped Genemba. Then they dropped the Vegeta and Goku, right? Then you go to, like, Hit and God Goku, and then you go to, like, Future Gohan and Trunks, right? Like, really, really strong characters. So, we could start off with Hit and God Goku. I think they slide in at number 10. Many of the characters on this list definitely do have a weakness, and I don't really think that they've got a team at the moment. Hit and God Goku, I think, are certainly there. Universal Survival Saga is just no sir. The best characters on that team, this unit and LRUI Goku, they're dodging characters, right? Because if we take a look here, this unit gets that high chance to dodge as a first or second attacker in a turn. Like, this rotation probably would work very effectively against Broly in the red zone, right? If you could dodge, but you can't, right? I think that this unit is very strong, but we just need, like, a setup for them, right? They don't have a 200% leader skill. They don't really have a great, like, team to run on. Keep in mind that many, I think, like, top characters, so, like, characters on this list who don't have 200% leader skills, I would not be shocked if these are the characters that get, so, like, look at these types of categories. I assume, like, from this, we're going to see a 200% leader soonish. Any character that doesn't have one, because if you notice, to me, I've noticed all these 200% leads, they're grabbing some top characters in the game, right? Vegeta and Trunks, Namek Goku, Kaioken Goku, both, some of the better units in the game on 200% leader skill. The ROF Blues got LRUI Goku on the 200% leader skill, right? Like, we're seeing that these 200% oftentimes are putting some of the better units in the game that don't have one of these leader skills. So I do think we'll probably see some of these characters get one that don't have one. But this unit is strong. Strong, they just don't really have help. I could see this unit being very, very good. When a team formulates for them, for sure. With their dodge, they've got the stuns for, like, Super Battle Road type stages. Their defense is pretty good. Now, when they released, this is pre-7th anniversary of Power Creep, so they were way better. But, now defensively, they could be absolutely destroyed, which is why you really want that, the dodge chance. But, like, they have a pretty good defense, along with a chance to dodge. This unit is strong, right? All right, so next, we're going to put in Future Gohan and Trunks right here. I would say, let me actually grab the next character too, because I personally would say I don't feel like there's the most separation ever between these three. I would say you could sort of vaguely swap these characters around a bit. I do think so. Now, Future Gohan and Trunks, this is kind of an unfortunate unit because they're on several 200% teams, but they're not actually getting the 200% leader skill buff, right? Because they're on Goku and Gohan. No, they're not on Goku and Gohan team, right? Because they're not on Super Saiyan. They are on the Vegeta and Trunks team. Actually, the Vegeta and Trunks team, is the only sort of, like, top team they're on right now, actually. Never mind. Yeah, just the Vegeta and Trunks team for Future Saga. But this character does not have a 200% leader skill at the moment. I do think this is the type of character that would be helped. There's characters that would be helped a lot by a 200% leader skill, and characters that I don't think would be helped out as much as people think, right? Namek Goku is a perfect example of a character that doesn't get that much better on 200%, right? For sure. Because he was already a character with a great link set. On a million teams you could run, he gets just a little bit of a stat increase. Characters that would take a massive leap with a 200% is something like this, LR Genemba, STR Kid Buu. Those are the characters who actually, completely change with a 200% leader skill. This unit is good. I have the same issue with this character that I do with LR Tech Gogeta. Well, LR Tech Gogeta, I could rant about that unit all day. But this guy, I just feel like they should have made him a bit better defensively, right? So what I think they should have did, I mean, maybe he's OP, but this should be 158% right here. I think if you just do that, this guy, it might be too strong, because it's like he had 158% defense and 58% damage reduction. Like, it's just so obscene. Like, with this damage reduction, this guy can still tank. These red zone bosses that super him do 700,000 plus to the best units in the game a lot of times. Future Gohan can live, but for it's just for the difficulty you have, like the hoops you have to jump through to get that Future Gohan out, where you got to get past turn 3 under 58%, then you have to exchange, and then you have to die specifically on Future Gohan, right? He has to be the one to die. I do wish he was just a little bit better defensively. He can be good. Once he does sort of like come out too, like once you revive a Future Gohan, I have found that he, key is not really an issue. Like he could be pretty solid. Definitely a good unit. I'll be curious to see what happens once this character gets a strong 200%. I'm not really impressed with the base version. Key to me usually is an issue for this character. If you're not lucky with all the AGL orbs you need, this character can be a bit, iffy. Vegeta and Vegeta and Goku. This is just a very basic character for the most part, this Vegeta, right? Just a lot of key, a lot of attack, and a lot of defense. If you die on the turn where Vegeta is, you can exchange into Goku. Goku is a very powerful character in the red zone, because this is a guy who's going to have, 400, 500, 600k plus at his best, plus 600k plus defense, but he's also got that damage reduction. We're going to see this a little bit. They've been doing this a lot on some of these top units now. They're just sliding a little bit of damage, because they know, after, red zone, they gave those boys a lot of attack. So it's like, you'll see some player be like, oh my god, he's got 600k defense, he's so good. And then AGL Broly slaps him for 700k damage, right? Yeah. So, a little bit of damage reduction on these characters is very helpful for bosses like Red Zone Broly and shit like that. But yeah, this guy's good. This is a very basic unit, but they are strong. This unit, of course, is on Majin Vegeta's team, which isn't the best. I actually would I hate that Majin Vegeta team. Double Majin Vegeta as a leader is brutal. I'm going to be very curious to see what this guy looks like on a different... I guess he is on Ginyu's 200% team, though. Inhuman Deeds is eventually going to get one, man. Maybe Vegeta could be good. This unit, I feel like, could age pretty good. They could be a little bit better in the future. If the really difficult content becomes super class, though, then you wouldn't get the damage reduction. This is huge, right? This makes this Goku really strong against Red Zone. So, if they did, a super class Red Zone or something like that, yeah, that's gonna hurt Goku for sure, right there. But again, these guys, I don't know that there's really that much separation, right? I'm not, if someone is like, oh my god, I love hitting God Goku, sure, dude, calm down, it's fun. I don't think these guys are, super far apart or anything like that. Okay, so next we have LR Genemba. LR Genemba has just remained a controversial unit since his release, but it's just very simple. This guy is not taking a lot of damage in the red zone, right? Once you build this up, defensively, he becomes a monster, because he's guarding with, he's going to be getting to nearly 300k defense if you have a good linking partner with him, right? If you've got big bad bosses up, and he can nullify Ki Blast super attacks, which means he can block Broly's supers, which there's 3 characters in the game or something like that could do that, right? And Genemba's one of them. Genemba is a character that gets a 200% leader skill, and he is way better. I think this guy is still going to be very good at some point. Or they could just never give him a good leader skill, and then he just never reaches his potential. It's possible as well. But I do like Genemba above these 3. Genemba could even move up on this list if he got like a really good partner, right? Like if they dropped a 200% leader, that Genemba's getting the 200%, and that villain character had Big Bad Boss's metamorphosis, like GG, Genemba is a god, right? Like he's very strong. The negative stigma around Genemba has always been so weird to me. I don't know, man. You really can't ignore this part right here, because most of the bosses in the game are doing this. You get an unarmed nullification. It's like, yeah, awesome, man, whatever. You get this, and it's like, oh, shit, okay. Like, that's... Because remember, all these Super Battle Road stages are, like, pretty much all filled with Ki Blast enemies. The toughest bosses in the game right now are Ki Blast enemies. Like, this is huge, right? Okay. Next, we have LR Goku and Piccolo. This is another character who, again, leader skills kind of finicky. A lot of these characters right now, right, these yellow coin LRs, I think leader skills are an issue for quite a few of them. This unit is on what should be a good team, but it's just very unfortunate. The only 200% lead that they have 100% unanimously fumbled is Raditz. I don't like Majin Vegeta as double lead. Goku and Gohan, I'm not the biggest fan of running 2 of them as well. I think one Goku and Gohan is very good, but running 2 of them can be a bit iffy. This character just doesn't have a spot. Join Forces getting a massively powerful 200% would help so much, because there's so many good characters on Join Forces, and it's like if these characters could be used on a good leader skill, a lot of them could be a lot better, right? This character has a lot of tech to them. Healing, guarding, super effective against all types, right? Piccolo has nullification. Well, you have nullification both on his active skill right here. Where is it? He does, yeah, disables enemy action once right there, bam. And then you also can do it if Piccolo gets 24 Ki as well. So we've got multiple different ways to nullify enemy actions. I've found that this character... This is kind of like a better Heart Virus Goku, essentially, is how I would rate this character, with probably a worse link set. Heart Virus Goku has one of the best link sets in the game. I mean, it's similar. They have shocking speed, fierce battle, experienced fighters, just like Heart Virus Goku does, but, you know, no prepare for battle Saiyan lineage. Dude, you add prepare for battle and Saiyan lineage to this character, and whew, that's very helpful. But the weakness for this character, they're supremely powerful the first 5 turns, and your HP's under 2. Like, you have this part of their passive up, you have the 200% defense, and you're guarding, they're not getting hit at all. The problem, though, Piccolo is a glass cannon, dude. It is scary. This guy would be a god. So, I've talked about this with LR Fusion Zamasu as abilities set up that you can't really activate right now, so it makes me wonder if we're going to get, like, some updated difficult content that's, like, 50 turns or something like that. Like, it seems like that to me. If that was the case, then this Piccolo would be one of the best units in the game in there, because this Piccolo stacks really fast when he's getting his 12 Ki supers, but what I've found, his defense is so utterly pathetic. This Piccolo has the worst defense of, like, any top character in the game, basically. Because it's like it's like Namek Goku turn 1 level, but the difference is Namek Goku, that's turn 1. This guy, you know, you're not doing that until a minimum of what, like turn 4, probably. I guess you could theoretically do it on turn 3, but you know, it's like you're a couple of turns deep in, and this guy's in the 100k defense range. It's really bad. And the problem with him is this was so bad. The fact that they added this right here, this would be fine if it was just defense without the Ki. Them putting that extra Ki on there hurt this guy so much. Or he should have just stacked on his 18 Ki as well. So I guess really what it is it's just the Ki portion of this. Because you need this defense, But I've found that if you get 3 key spheres, you're like pretty much auto locked into an 18 key super at that point. Right, so it's a bit of an issue. Character can be very good, but they don't have their full potential. You know, like hitting God Goku, like Future Trunks and Gohan, like Genemba. This is just a unit that doesn't have their full potential at the moment. All right, next we have LR Kaioken Goku. I would say I feel like there's potentially a huge gap. I do think there's quite a bit of separating distance between Kaioken Goku and the Goku and Piccolo. I don't really have much. It's insane to me. This guy is 5. This guy is 5, and I'm completely comfortable with it. Like, that's... I swear to God, people are going to look at this list, and they're going to freak out that this guy is at 5, but it's not... It's nothing to do with it. It's just how good Yellow Coin LRs are now. Like, I'm sorry. Dude, you know? Like, I don't have much to criticize here. This is typically the exact type of unit I'm not the biggest fan of, because this is more so a damage character than a defense character. I think defense is definitely more important. But, I mean, there's a difference with a guy like this, where he's getting that 7 key, he's creating SCR orbs, he's got the high chance to crit. I've found that this guy... I used him in the Broly fight yesterday, and he did very well. He did die. He got one-shotted by AGL Broly, but oh my god, how stunning that he died to a type disadvantage enemy. He was still... taking double digits from AGL Broly's normals, right? Like, I will take that, honestly. I'm impressed. I think this guy is very impressive. This guy is worthy of anniversary power creep to me. It's just, again, like, look at this right here. If this tier list was made in January, he would be 1. All right? All 4 units on top here have released since the JP anniversary. So... You know, if this was if I was doing this 7th anniversary, this would be the best Yellow Coin LR currently, I think. This guy's really good. Really good. Really good. He's got the guaranteed stun. You know, you could utilize for Super Battle Road. He's on a lot of teams. I like this Kaioken Goku. He just got a 200% lead, too, and it's a really goddamn good team with Vegeta and Trunks' team. So, Kaioken Goku definitely looking good. All right, so now we get to the top ones. Next, I would actually put LR Golden Frieza right here. I found LR Golden Frieza to be ultra impressive. I think LR Golden Frieza is probably the best unit in the game for the first 3 turns, with his 90% damage reduction. Remember that he does lose damage reduction every single turn, even turns he's not on, but the clock starts once he's on, like once he first shows up. So it's actually ideal if this guy's in slot, like if you're in difficult content and this guy's in slot 7, that's probably a good thing. Because that means he's going to have better damage reduction the deeper in the fight, right? So, like, they actually created a character that you'd want in slot 7. This guy could do a lot of damage and defend very well. He, even once he tapers off completely, he's just got 30% damage reduction. 30% damage reduction is still powerful with the, you know, the 400k plus defense this guy often has. This guy does not have a 200% leader skill yet either. We look at this list... You don't have one. 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 None of these characters have a 200%, basically. So, a lot of these guys are going to change drastically once we actually get a good leader skill for a lot of them. But I really like this Golden Free. They did a really good job with this guy. I do like him. He would be so busted. If the damage reduction only lowered on turns he was on, oh my god, would he be insane. I do wish it was like that, but he's still really good. He can live a super from, like, Broly, right? Even with all 60% of his damage reduction lost. He's a very powerful character. Next, we have LR Goku and Gohan in here. Again, this is just a ridiculously ultra-powerful character is all this is. I found that their defense gets to insane levels with just even a little bit of orbs. They have these active skills. I can't possibly explain how good they are, where you do the active skill, you get guaranteed crits for the entire turn. You're just doing so much damage. It's just that the 7th anniversary LRs, are definitely better. Active skills are better because they're stacking their attack, which this unit doesn't do. But this character, you can take half of Broly's health bar with just this character in 1 turn. Active skill, super, 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 and half of Broly's health is gone. AGL Broly, the hardest boss in the game, right? Like, this character can go absolutely crazy, and if they triple super, their defense is looking really, really good. This is a very strong character. Definitely not like a slot 1 character, but to be fair, slot 1 characters have become very uncommon, right? So yeah, this unit's very powerful. Not really too much to say other than they're very powerful. They're very. I think this Goku and Gohan unit is very good, deserving of being up here. All right, now this is. All right, so next we have Merge Zamasu, Fusion Zamasu. Fusion Zamasu is actually at 2. Now, so it should be fairly obvious. We'll just go ahead and finish it up. I can't believe this. I think this is the best. This is the best EZA they've ever done. Goku Black and Zamasu. I cannot believe how good this character is. Now, Fusion Zamasu is insane. He has a lot here that, like, you can't really take huge advantage of, right? Like, people saw stuff like this and were completely deceived about how good this character is, right? All the highlighted portion of the character I highlighted right there, it's just, like, very weird, like, it's horrible design choices. But the thing is that this right here is just insanely powerful. This guy doing guaranteed double super attacks with bare minimum 20% damage reduction and bare minimum like 500k plus defense. This guy is an animal. He can tank Broly's super attacks with ease. He is doing some of the most damage in the game. He's ultra powerful. He's orb changing, right? He's ridiculously good. Now, he does have a 200% leader skill, but this guy doesn't. So it's like this unit, I think they're the best easily, right? They're so basic too. The HP regen is so helpful, I've found, actually. Like, when you're on one of these 700k HP teams and you have insanely good characters like this guy and Fusion Zamasu and, you know, the LR gods, like, it's hard for the boss to one-shot you, right? Because a lot of times HP regen is cool, but it's not cool when you have 700k HP and the boss does 1,000,000 damage in one hit. You die, right? It one shot. No opportunity for the HP to you know, regen. But now we're getting such top tier characters that it's very difficult for any boss to one shot your team usually, right? I mean, depending with smart team, but you get what I'm saying. So this can be a lot more valuable. This guard right here is so crucial for this character because they have to build up, right? If they're going to give this type of ability to characters starting now, I think giving them guard for the first couple of turns to allow them to safely get this is a really good idea, right? Because it's like, this unit would be pretty shitty. They'd be very mid turn 1 if they didn't have the guard. But because they're getting the extra key, the defense, the guard, you know, you take a couple of attacks, boom, all of a sudden they're dropping 11 million attack stats. You know, they got 700k defense with guard. They just build up so fast, they're so powerful, and they don't even have a 200% leader skill. This unit is just stunningly, incredibly powerful. It's actually wild. They've never made a better EZA than this character. Like, LRSTR Broly was so OP on release last year. I feel like Goku Black and Zamasu are better than that Broly was last year. Like, I just can't believe how much they dominate the entire game. All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, I like this. I got no problem with this at all. Again, people will see Kaioken Goku at 5 and they'll freak out, but it's like, look at the top 4. They're just units that have come out since that are better. That's all. No negatives on Kaioken Goku. I do think the top 5, there's separation with the top 5. Genemba could maybe get closer to the top 5. I think Genemba has the most potential of the bottom 5 characters. The Ki Blast Nullification, Guard, and then, you know, his potential to, you know, with 200% leader skill with those good links active, Genemba fully built, he's going to be guarding with 350k plus defense and nullification. And people call him bad. Like, it's insane. Like, I just play the game, I guess, and you'll see that he's not bad. It's very simple. It's rather than just, like, doing calcs, like, just turn the game on and use him in game. And, oh my god, he's good. It's crazy. It's funny how it works, man. So, there we go. There's the top 10 yellow coin LRs. I feel pretty good about this. Next time we'll update this will probably be the end of September, when the top legendary summon banner comes out for the worldwide download celebration. But those will be the next yellow coin. Yeah, so it's going to be about 2 months until the next yellow coin LRs come out, since Dokkan Fest LRs come out next month in August for the worldwide celebration. So let me know what you guys think of the top 10 yellow coin LRs. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.